Hey, except
Well, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? This is a power session, but of course, it's on a different night. Give me 1 second. I had to make a little adjustments. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. Listen, thank you for joining me on tonight. Um, I have some business to take care of on tomorrow, so I decided I didn't want to leave you guys without. Excuse me. There we go. When you got a live show, some things you got to just change in between. But I'm glad to be on tonight. I hope everybody is feeling well and doing well. It's going to be an awesome time tonight. I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this with someone. I want people to be able to get some information tonight. So tonight we're talking about 4 ways how to remove barriers out of our lives, out of your life. So again, we're talking about 4 ways on how to remove barriers out of your life. I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this. It's going to be wonderful tonight. I won't be too long tonight, but I want to be powerful. You don't have to take a long time to put out information, but I want this to be great for you guys. On top of that, as I say before I get into every session, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys are feeling well. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please put a thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm just testing out some new equipment. So if you can hear me, please tell me, give me a thumbs up or a heart or something. Let me know that you can hear me. All right. I think we are all good. Okay, perfect. So again, I need you guys to share this. One thing, share it. Second thing is get your pens, papers, all of that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can see me. You can hear me. Perfect. So it is very important, you guys, that tonight that you really take some notes tonight, that you really are intrigued, ask questions. If you got questions, I want you guys to really get some information. I'm rocking my Syracuse gear all the way down to the socks because I love Buffalo, but my heart is in Syracuse. Syracuse, that's where I'm from. If you wanted to know. Syracuse, New York. There we go. All right, so let's jump into this tonight. I hope that you guys again are safe. So let me back up a little bit. If this is your first time, my name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a speaker and a self-esteem and confidence coach. I do these every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, this is Wednesday, so I'm just changing up some things, but it's still the same, not same information, but it's still the same energy, that I want to give you guys, and I want you to get this. So let's jump in because I want to make sure we get through this in enough time. So again, tonight we're talking about 4 ways on how to remove barriers in your life. Now, if you got questions, you got anything, please put them in the chat. Please share this information because I want you to do better. I want you to be better, and I want you to be the best version that you can be. So when we're talking about removing barriers are or is so necessary. It is so necessary that we start to remove barriers, mountains, blocks, blockades, whatever you want to call them. We got to move barriers out of our life. Now, is it easy? Is it easy to remove barriers out of our life? No way, no how. But there is a solution. There is something that you can do in your life, and we're going to get there. But let me give you a couple examples really quickly, right? Y'all ready for this? Relationships can be a barrier. That is a big one. You can be with you feel it's the right person, but it could be a wrong person. So we call it the wrong person. You could be in a bad relationship, and a bad relationship doesn't mean that they're hitting on you physically, but they could be attacking your mind. They could be making you feel or making you have low self-esteem or low confidence. It could be bad experiences, bad situations, things that just happen that were out of your control. It is so necessary that we really focus on what some of our barriers are. Now, before we go forward, I want you to put in the chat. I want you to be confident. I want you to put in the chat. You don't have to tell us the whole book of your story, but I want you to tell me one barrier that you're dealing with right now. Excuse me. One barrier that you're dealing with. Excuse me. Something got in my throat. One barrier that you're dealing with right now. It is so important. Just put it in the chat. One barrier that you are dealing with right now. Okay? And I'm going to go forth that you put it in there. Think about it. Barriers, like I said, we said it, it's hard to overcome them. It can hurt, and people struggle in life because of that. And because they have so many barriers, people don't have peace. Let's be honest. Do you have peace in your heart, in your mind, in your relationships? Right? With your partner or your friend or your family or just yourself? Do you have peace in your life? A lot of people, of course, we're all dealing with COVID-19. That's a barrier. Unhappiness, frustration from the past. Maybe you just got a diagnosis from the doctor, and that's a barrier. You thought you were doing well. For example, there's a bodybuilder. He's a African American bodybuilder. And I mean, when this man he's strong, he lifts a lot. So he's like an internet sensation. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now. So even though he's lifting weights and he's very strong, he's cut, right? Because I aspire to be healthy and all that stuff. So I pay attention to him. But the way he was eating McDonald's and Wendy's and Popeyes. And I'm not saying those things are not tasteful, but if you consume them in the wrong way, things can happen. And he unfortunately just had a heart attack and almost died. But it woke my mind up. That's a barrier. Even though he looks a certain way, even though he has all this money, his life was almost taken because of what he consumes. So that's a whole nother subject for another day. We have to be careful what we consume. That's free. But that could be a barrier. These things have caused problems and disruption in our lives because of these barriers. And the reason why these things become barriers is because, let's be honest, when a problem or a situation or issue comes, it's not so much always a barrier at first. It becomes a barrier or a block or a mountain, however you want to put it. It's when we don't deal with it. When we don't deal with our barriers, when we don't deal with our problems, when we don't deal with the things at a small level, at an intricate level, and then when it starts to grow in a negative way, it becomes a block, it becomes a hindrance. And because we don't deal with it, that's when our lives are affected. Y'all hear what I'm saying? But I want to make this disclaimer. Some of you are saying, well, there's things that were out of my control, DMP Speaks. There were things that I just couldn't deal with. And I want to put this disclaimer out to you. It wasn't your fault. It's not your fault. I'll say it again. It wasn't your fault that happened, that barrier, that block, something blocked you, blocked your mind, blocked you from loving yourself again, blocked you from achieving your success, and you got blocked. It's so important that you know that. It's not your fault that you got sick. It's not your fault that people walked away. It's not your fault that the plan that you had didn't pan out the way that it was supposed to. Yes, you did everything that you were supposed to do to the best of your abilities. But life happens, everybody. I want to make that very clear. No matter how you plan, life happens. If I could spend some time and tell you about things just happening, it happens. But again, when we don't confront our barriers, it starts to add up and it becomes an issue in our lives. And we get into the good part soon, barriers don't even look like barriers sometimes, but it's how it make you feel. If somebody talked to you a certain way, or you feel a certain way that something was supposed to happen for you, and it didn't happen for you. Right? You got pushed to the side, or your plan got pushed to the side, or what you needed to be done didn't go the right way. Right? And that's a barrier. Somebody talking to you in a certain way, disrespecting you, dishonoring you, putting you to the side, making you feel bad, making you feel low, making you feel isolated, making you feel lonely. It might not have bothered you right then and there, but eventually it started to bother you. If we could be honest tonight, if we can keep it a buck, if we can keep it 100, there's things in your life right now that didn't bother you at first, but you kept taking it from that person, from that boyfriend, from that girlfriend, from that family member, from that situation, from your past. And it started to accumulate over and over, and it became a big issue. Right? And in the process of that, and not only did life happen, you stopped dreaming. You stopped putting your goals in front of you. But for the next few moments, I want to give you 4 ways on how to remove your barriers. Now, I need you to get your pens and papers because we're going to go fast. But I want you to really get this tonight. It is so vitally important that you get this tonight. And before we go into these, I want to know if you are enjoying this. I want to hear your voice. If you're enjoying this, say, I'm enjoying this. This is hot. Put some emoji in the comments. I want to know that you are enjoying this because I want to make sure that I'm giving you top-notch information. Not only that, but I want this experience to be well for you when you come on this particular show. Now, if you are ready for this, say that I'm ready. Give me a heart or something so we can get out of here. But I want to make sure that you get this information. So if you got your pens, pad, iPad, iPhone, whatever that you have, let's go. The first one, and 4 ways on how to remove barriers in your life. And I know you might not like this, but this is true. Yeah, I feel me? This is true. The first one is don't blame or complain. I know that's hard. I'm going to take my head off for that one and put it right here. Y'all ready? I know that's hard. You're telling me to don't blame or complain? Why would DMP Speaks? Why would you even tell me something like that? Why would you have the audacity to tell me don't complain? I understand it's easy to blame or complain. But after you blame this one and you blame that one and you complain about it over and over and over, my only question to you is, What is coming out of the blaming and the complaining? Let's be honest, nothing too much, right? We have to make some adjustments. Yes, it's easier said than done because guess what? You're human. I get upset. You get upset. I get it. But when we put that energy out, listen, I'm big on energy. If I feel like if a person's energy is just off by what they say and how they move and the season that I'm in, not just the year, but the season that I'm in this year, I don't have time for that. But it's the energy that you put out, right? And once you put out that negative energy, you're putting that into something else when you could have been putting that energy into something great, like whatever that you are working on. You're working on your self-esteem. You're working on your confidence. You're working on your patience. You're working on your emotions, your thoughts. You're working on your body. You're reading the book so that you can get better. You're going and applying for school. You're applying for that position that you feel like you never could, but you're giving that energy to things that you don't need to give it to. Yes, they did you wrong. Yes, you didn't get this. So that barrier is in your way, but don't keep giving time and effort because the time that we have, if we can be honest, it keeps going. It doesn't stop for anybody. My father taught me that a long time ago. Time waits for no man. I know that sounds real country, real geeky, but that's where my parents are from down south. We have to be able to utilize our time. It's so important. Doing the blame game, it doesn't work. And we will continue to feel stuck. So we got to stop the blaming and the complaining and do something about it. You still have an opportunity to change the circumstances, your current circumstances. You have an opportunity to do that. Excuse me. It is your choice. But when you make that choice not to blame or complain, you actually start to move forward. Think about what I'm saying. You absolutely positively have an opportunity to move forward in your life. And it's very important that you do that. Number 2, write this down. Learn from it. Simply put, learn from it. Learn from your barriers. We learn so many lessons from mistakes and choices that we make, but we also learn from our barriers. We learn what to do and what not to do. Because you might be asking me how. Well, barriers show us where we are present in our life. It shows us exactly where our mindsets are, what our taste is. Because you can have a certain taste for something. Just like a person has a taste for sex, or they have a taste for food, or they have a taste for a drink. You can have a taste for something negative. But we have to be able to learn from our mistakes and choices and the things that are blocking us. Because sometimes it's not other people, it could be us. It could be us blocking our own way. So sometimes we have to take time to reflect. What needs to be added? What needs to be removed? What changes do I need to make? What changes do I need to make in 5 years? What things that I need to change right now? Who needs to move out of my life? Who needs to be added to my life? Who do I need to be around, or who do I not need to be around? What did I learn from that experience, this barrier? What did I miss when learning from that barrier? I'm so serious. What do I need to do next time to avoid this from happening? And what do I need to do to prepare if something like this happens to me again, or it tries to come around? Because barriers, even though they move out of your way, they'll try to sneak up. Just like an alcoholic, they're trying to get clean, but they'll see a commercial or they'll have a friend that's drinking. Those are barriers. Those are it's like almost silent barriers. Here is another barrier. Here's another one. And that person is trying to stop themselves from drinking or smoking or sexing, whatever that they're doing. But they have to have some self-control. So you got to learn, what do I need to do to prevent this from happening. The next one, number 3, never stop. I want you to write this down. Never stop believing that things will get better. I want you to put in the chat, in the comments, things will get better for me. I want you to put it just like that. Things will get better for me. Yes, you have been disappointed. You might feel lost right now. You might feel alone. You might not have been chosen for this particular business or this group, right? No guarantee. But don't lose hope. With all that being said, don't lose hope because things will get better. It just means that better is coming for you. So if you miss this opportunity because of this barrier, because of you removing it and you're learning from it and you're not blaming anybody, you're not complaining about it, you're moving forward, then there's another opportunity that is going to be greater. It's going to be better than what you were supposed to get. It's like almost like a setup. So even though I lost this opportunity, that doesn't mean that better is not coming for me. That's what you have to believe, that better is coming for you very, very soon. And barriers can't stop you. The only way that barriers can really stop you if you let it. I'll say it again. Barriers can only really stop you. They will form. They will collect themselves together. They will attach themselves together to your purpose, but they can't really stop you, not unless you let them, because it's a mind thing, it's a mental thing. And it's time to stop allowing barriers to block with hurdles that's trying to stop you. Don't, because it might form, barriers might try to form in another way. It might be through your parents. It might be through your best friend. It might be through your job. It might be through some of your relationships. But never stop believing and never stop having hope that things are going to get better. I'm running out of time. The last one, set goals. Set goals. After the barriers are gone out of your life, again, like I stated, they will try to come back again. So now you got to set some realistic goals for yourself, some tangible goals that you know that you can complete. It is so vitally, again, and I use that word, so important. It's vitally important that you make tangible goals. Don't make goals that you know that you're not going to work on. Even challenge yourself, but make some goals that you know that you can work towards too. Even though it'll be tough, you can do it. See, when you are preparing your goals and you're setting your goals, again, barriers might come, but you have a plan for attack. Just like a person in the army, for them to really get prepared for their enemy, they got to look at all variations, all kind of things that could happen. They have to be prepared. So when barriers try to come or problems try to come, they're ready for it. They are equipped. You got to be equipped just like that in your own life. Life is full of barriers, but we have to learn how to maneuver and go through them. Your plan of attack has to be prepared with goals, no matter what form, no matter what thoughts that you have. You got to have a clear mind, a clear conscience that you can't be stopped. And I'm telling you tonight, you can't be stopped. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all feeling what I'm saying? You cannot be stopped. Nothing in this world can stop you but you. I'll say it again. Nothing in this world can stop you but you. And you must believe that. And the reason why I get so passionate, and then I'm done, is so important that you know this. You got to know it. You got to believe it. Got to trust it. Okay? So that is the 4 ways on how to remove barriers out of your life. So important, guys. So important. So before I end this fully, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any comments? Like I said, we're making some changes on our show. Does anybody have anything that they want to add to the show tonight? Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed it, give me some hearts. Give me a thumbs up, give me some fire, give me the 100 emoji, give me something, because I want to make sure that you enjoyed this on tonight for this special night, or on Wednesday, a Power Session Live. Before I let you go, I do, like I said, I am a coach. Okay. Now I really want to make this known. I have something coming up very, very soon with my coaching program, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You're going to absolutely love it. I have some things coming up. I want you to stay tuned. I want you to stay glued to all of my social media platforms. It's going to be awesome for you. Also, in my program is called the Resilient Coaching Program. Okay. It is a program to help you be better, to be the best version of yourself. It's a 12-week program with 12 weeks of coaching. It's a bundle package. And if you are looking for somebody to help you along, to remove these barriers out of your life, to really help you be the best person that you can be, because that's what I want for you. I want to see you better, not better next year. I want to see you better now. If you are looking for a coach like myself to really help you, I want you to put in the comments coaching, and I will send you a personal message from myself, not my secretary, not my aunt, not my uncle, not my mom, not my anybody, but me. I will send you a personal message, and I want to see you win. And I want to see how I can help you get your self-esteem through reset, rebuild, and renew. So I really appreciate you guys tonight. And as always, if you would like to give, it doesn't matter what the amount is. It could be $1, it could be $2, it could be $5, it could be $10. If you will be so kind, my cash app is $DMP Speaks. Again, that's $DMP Speaks. And I greatly appreciate everything that you do. Listen, guys, listen. Thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. Listen, join me next Thursday at the regular time of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a brand new time, a brand new topic. But we're going to have some more special guests for November and December and January. Things are going to look totally different behind me. I'm just letting you know. We are going forth and we're going to do it together. But guys, thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful and great night. Peace, y'all.